Hey Shackers, welcome back to This Week in Switch 2. We have an action-packed show for you coming up. But first, I'm your host, Asif Khan. I'm CEO, Editor-in-Chief, EIEIO here at Shacknews. In a time of AI, I have created EI to make line go up. If you read my letter from the editor, we're not doing anything about EI at Shacknews, but we are taking a stand to generative AI here. I am joined by my usual co-hosts who have flipped their regular orientation here on the Discord chat because I don't understand how Discord works. I don't think any of us do, but we know that they're going to be scanning our faces soon. Head of Long Reads, who's actually working on a long read, and managing editor, David Craddock is here.
Yes, I'm working on 3.
Damn.
Wow.
Okay.
I know.
Okay. Well,
I am ahead of Long Reads, Asif. I'm doing 3 people's jobs over here.
Okay, so that's pretty wild. I didn't know that there were 3 going on. I just know you've been
There are
busy.
3.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then, we have news editor Donovan Erskine here, reviewer of Mario Tennis Fever.
Yeah. Hey, what's up?
Oh, just
On that backhand?
yeah.
Just working on my backhand, yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited to play it, man. I read your review. I've been watching the gameplay that's been allowed to be uploaded to the various platforms by Nintendo. And yeah, I'm interested. I don't know. I see it's gotten a couple of mixed reviews. We'll get into the review here in a second. But first, I have a teeny tiny Doug Bowser update. So, Redmond, Washington, where Nintendo of America is located, is right by Seattle. And the Seattle Seahawks won the Super Bowl this weekend, Donovan. And, I'm a football fan. And I grew up here in Northeast Ohio. David, we live in the Hall of Fame city of Canton. So football excellence is something that we know a lot about. Not living in Northeast Ohio, but living in Canton specifically. It's not that Cleveland is good at football, ever. That's not the case. But every year in August, David and I hold up in our homes because we just don't want to be surrounded by people. But, we celebrate football excellence here. So, lots of great legends come through here. But yeah, I think the Seattle Seahawks put on a legendary performance, Donovan. That was a really cool Super Bowl outcome for them. It wasn't that fun of a game to watch, but something interesting, like I mentioned, there's a lot of fans of the Seahawks at Nintendo of America. So I saw Reggie Fils-Aimé, he tweeted out before the game started, hey, what jersey should I wear? And I voted for the Marshawn Lynch jersey, right? Because number 24, beast mode, love that guy.
Great commercial after the game.
Yeah, that Nike ad was awesome. I tweet a lot. No one really sees it ever, but when last year we talked about the whole Doug Bowser following me thing. So I can confirm that I'm not muted by Doug Bowser because I tweeted, congratulations to the Seattle Seahawks. Great performance by that defense, or legendary performance by that defense. And he gave me a like. So there's your Doug Bowser alert. But yeah, congratulations to everyone in Seattle who's a fan of that team. And yeah, it seems like a bunch of people at Nintendo of America are very happy about the outcome of that game. But yeah, while we're on the topic of the Super Bowl, I was right. Nintendo did, I don't know if it was even Nintendo, but either Illumination, Comcast, NBC Universal, somebody got a 15-minute spot for the Mario movie in there. I think it was right before halftime, Donovan. I don't know. Maybe it depends what channel or what network you were watching it on.
Yeah, I think it was in the first half. I think that's how they segment them out, is where the breaks are supposed to be by quarter. It was definitely in the first half. But yeah, it's a TV spot, they call those, where it's a 15 seconds, half new footage, half old footage, and boom.
So what we saw in the TV spot was Baby Mario playing music on that giant dinosaur from Mario Odyssey's teeth. And he's playing,
wasn't that he was playing a do-do-do-do-do-do? Did I recognize that?
That is correct.
Okay.
And then we saw, Baby Mario, Baby Luigi kind of with Yoshi and Toad in that scene, all kind of running away from the big dinosaur. I think that Mario and Luigi get shrunk down into babies in this movie. I don't think that these are different characters.
I agree.
So that's going to be the plot of 2 different Mario stories in 2026, because that's the plot of Mario Tennis Fever Adventure Mode, as they all get turned into babies.
I know, and I don't think that's a coincidence, Donovan. I think that's synergy. I don't think that's a mistake. But in adventure mode, correct me if I'm wrong, Donkey Kong has to take care of them, right?
He is one of the allies in there. Donkey Kong is part of the gang. Daisy's there too.
But not baby Donkey Kong. This is like...
No, it's just, yes.
Also,
grown DK.
If it was baby Donkey Kong, David, would that be Donkey Kong Jr.?
I was just thinking about that. Like, would he suddenly appear in like a diaper? Like,
yeah,
I don't know.
That too. Because you see him as an adult, and I was like, what would baby Donkey Kong be exactly? Would it just be another character? Or...
Will we ever see Donkey Kong Jr. again?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. You know what? Haven't we though? Wait. Okay, so Donkey Kong Jr. is Donkey Kong's son, right?
Sure.
Okay, so the Donkey Kong in Donkey Kong Country is his grandson. So I feel like Cranky Kong is the original Donkey Kong, and Donkey Kong in Donkey Kong Country is the grandson of Cranky Kong. So yeah, I do think Donkey Kong Jr. has just been completely cut out of the picture here.
Who is Donkey Kong from Donkey Kong Country's dad?
I know.
That's
I've always wondered that.
That's Donkey Kong Jr. Right?
Yeah, his dad, is Donkey Kong Jr.
Look,
but this is an absentee father situation.
This is, man, and it's like, it's bothered me for like, it's over 30 years. We have had no answers about this. And look, DK Jr. was good at math. DK Jr., like, there was all sorts of DK Jr. games, but then like, there was just radio silence. And then here's the grandson of Cranky Kong. And like, Cranky Kong's in the movie, the original, the first Mario movie. Donkey Kong's in the first Mario movie. Fucking Funky Kong is in the first Mario movie.
Which Donkey Kong is in Bonanza? Is that the same Donkey Kong as in Country?
Who knows?
I don't know. Yeah. Not me.
Because that's baby Pauline.
Right.
That's young Pauline, I should say. If that's young Pauline, and Pauline is an adult in the original Donkey Kong game,
maybe that's Donkey Kong Jr.
No, maybe that's Cranky Kong's origin story.
But there's a Cranky Kong in Bonanza, right? There's the old one. That's always, you see him on every level, and he's like, you don't listen. So
is that DK Jr. in Bonanza?
I think it is.
I'm out of my depth here. I got no clue.
We have completely derailed the podcast already, trying to figure out the family tree in Donkey Kong. But I think this is an important question to ask that's actually more interesting than that 15 seconds of the Super Bowl, the Mario Galaxy spot. There have been way cooler Mario Galaxy spots than that one. We got like maybe 4 seconds of additional footage in that, Donovan. Like, it was minimal. And I was hoping for like a minute spot, you know, like here's like a decent chunk of new Mario. Nope, they're like, nah, here's 15 seconds.
That's definitely a symptom of like it was a great piece of brand synergy for NBC Universal, who owns NBC, who streamed the Super Bowl, so you get free slots there, but also owns Universal Pictures, who's distributing the Mario movie. I imagine they wanted to allot as much slots to sell to third-party advertisers as possible, so 15 seconds had to do for Mario. But
we did last week after our show, we got another Mario Galaxy movie spot called Level Up, which featured like a lot of Princess Peach and Toad, but also Mario and Chris Pratt. He was not my biggest problem with the voice acting in the original movie, but in this snippet, he says, "Let's go."
It's the cardinal sin.
Not "let's go."
Nope. Let's go.
Just let's go.
It's the classic adaptation thing where they're like, we're going to reference the original thing, but in like a way that's different, like winking at the camera. It's like Sonic in his movie being like, well, guess we got to go fast, you know? Like that sort of thing where it's like, it's trying to wink at fans, but then fans don't like it because it's not the way it's supposed to be. That's stupid.
It might be that like he's not as stereotypically Italian in the movies, you know? It might be that.
Yeah. Just moved away from that.
Do you not remember that scene with his family in Brooklyn?
No.
It was rather stereotypical Italian family.
No, that's true, but I'm saying Mario the character in these movies. I don't know. Maybe I'm trying to help Chris Pratt out here. I don't know why I would do that. But or do you think that was in the script? Do you think Let's Go was in the script and he was just like whatever?
I think there's part of that.
I think it was definitely scripted to be like a flat "let's go." They're trying to be cheeky. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, I take offense to that. But moving on from the Mario Galaxy movie stuff that we saw, we actually did get a pretty satisfying advertisement from the Nintendo universe, right?
Yeah.
The Pokemon Company had a Pokemon 30th anniversary Super Bowl ad that was a minute long, featured a lot of celebrities. The premise was, what's your favorite Pokemon? And featured Trevor Noah, Lady Gaga, trying to think who else was in it. Rather famous people.
The soccer player Lamine Yamal was the one who said his favorite Pokemon was Zygarde complete for him.
Which was
Lions, yeah.
Which was really wild.
It was.
That was one of those moments where I was like, is this like a ZA shout out or like what is going on here?
It has to be, because the other ones they're like Psyduck, Jigglypuff, the ones you remember from 30 years
all
ago.
All Kanto region. Like, everyone with Kanto region. And then it's like
Zygarde complete form, which is a Pokemon that most people don't know about.
And he's like standing behind him on the soccer pitch and he's just like
yeah.
the mecha Zygarde looking ass thing. I mean, I love ZA, so I was happy to see Zygarde in the ad, honestly. But like the thing that blew me away was Lady Gaga and Jigglypuff singing together. Like Lady Gaga talking about how many octaves Jigglypuff can sing in, but then like singing the Jigglypuff with Jigglypuff. I was like, this is amazing. Trevor Noah walking on that pier with Psyduck, like having his like head explode behind him.
And then he does the Psyduck, which it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad, Trevor Noah,
I thought it was really cute. I really did enjoy it. Honestly, it was probably one of my favorite ads on the entire Super Bowl, Donovan. The ads on the Super Bowl were kind of ass this year.
I'm right there with you. I liked it a lot. I knew they were advertising something Pokemon there. Didn't know what it would be or when, of course. So I was watching with a bunch of my friends. We all grew up with Pokemon. And we're like, oh, it's cool. Like Lady Gaga. We like Lady Gaga. Then Jigglypuff shows up. We're like, whoa, it's Pokemon. We're like, what is this? And then, I mean, hearing Lady Gaga sing the Jigglypuff song is like a Mad Lib. Never thought I would witness that, but it was great.
And like talk about an amazing Super Bowl for Lady Gaga, like surprise guest appearance in Bad Bunny's halftime show where there's like an actual wedding happening. Like that was a real wedding that happened. And she was singing at this first, like their first song at this wedding in the middle of the halftime show of the Super Bowl. Like Bad Bunny crushed it. But like it was just cool to see Lady Gaga like there, and then you turn around and she's in the Pokemon ad too. I'm like, wow, what a Super Bowl weekend for Lady Gaga. She crushed it. I love her, you know? So it was cool to see her in both those places, David. Like, it was just fucking awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. And we were talking about this before we started recording, but I like that this commercial was just about Pokemon. Like, they weren't plugging a certain game or a new show or movie. It was just about the Pokemon and how it's the 30th anniversary of the franchise, which is, there are a ton of anniversaries this year, but that's one of the biggest, easily.
Pokemon Day is February 27th, Donovan. Like, we're going to get announcements, right? They also had, this is like a crossover event happening inside of Pokemon Go, where you can like take pictures, like selfies with your favorite Pokemon in that game now.
Yes. I'm glad you mentioned Pokemon Go, because they announced something about this that seemed like it could be cool. Do you hear about this Pokemon Go day out and then night out events that they said they're going to do? So this was announced like right after. It's supposed to be some like IRL events happening with Pokemon Go. So they say day out events will feature family-friendly activities and programming, while night out events will have fun surprises for longtime fans who grew up with Pokemon, which to me sounds like a very kind and nice way of saying like adult events. Like there's the family events and the night out. I mean, I don't know what it will be, but that caught my attention as somebody who likes Pokemon stuff but doesn't play Go a lot.
Yeah, it wasn't a whole lot of detail yet on that front, but like I'm sure we're gonna hear more about this month. It feels like this is gonna be a very big year for Pokemon. Like they're taking this seriously, Donovan. Like a Super Bowl ad some people claim that they spent more on the Super Bowl ad than they spent making Pokemon Legends CA. I don't know if that's true.
So funny. It not more, but like probably closer than anybody would want it to be.
Yeah, like maybe the same amount. But yeah, we don't know for sure. They don't actually disclose their budgets or anything on either of these things. But like you would think a Super Bowl ad with all these celebrities in it, it's not cheap to have Lady Gaga sing anywhere, doing anything.
No.
She deserves it. But like, yeah, Trevor Noah's very famous. I like, yeah, that's interesting. I hope we see more of it. Like, I'd love to see more what's your favorite stuff. Like if they keep this going, even
that'd be cool. That was like it's a series. They just kept running it throughout the year. I'd like that a lot.
Yeah, like even if it's on like social, it would be cool. Just do more what's your favorite stuff, or even at the Pokemon Day event, it would be cool to like continue this. But yeah, I thought it was great. I don't want to like stick too long on the Super Bowl, but yeah, I think it was one of the best ads. I thought the prostate cancer ad was good with all the tight ends. I thought that was a funny and good ad, and like good to bring awareness to getting screened for stuff. But yeah, there was a lot of trash on that in those ads. Like normally, like when the game sucks, I'm like, well, at least I get to watch the commercials. But like I was the Leonardo DiCaprio meme where I was like, hey, Pokemon ad. Or like, hey, Mario movie. Yeah. But that was like it. It was very much just me sitting there like, wow, these Patriots suck. But anyway, while we're on the topic of Pokemon, I feel like this would be a great segue to talk about you kind of teased it, Donovan, last week. Like you played a bunch of games at that Nintendo preview event. The one that you didn't get to talk about last week because Nintendo has extremely arbitrary embargo rules was Pokemon Pokopia, which is I don't know, it's like Animal Crossing but Pokemon, but it's also kind of like Dragon Quest Builders but Pokemon, right? Is that the best way to describe those?
Those are the two games I would compare it to. Yeah, this was the secret, like 5th or 6th game I played at the event. I couldn't talk about it last week, but even at the event, it was like in the basement. It was like beneath everything else. It was actually the game I played the most of. I played for a full hour. I did half single player. They broke us out for a little bit, then we played half of it in multiplayer. And yeah, it is essentially Animal Crossing, but in a Pokemon world. And there's a lot that we already know about it from trailers, where you play as a Ditto who is in this like destroyed town or whatever, that they're very mysterious about. I'll say playing it right off the bat, they're like confirming details that I'm like, people are going to theorize the hell out of this. They're talking about Pallet Town, which is obviously where you start in Pokemon. It's Pallet Town. Why is everything destroyed? Why are we on an archipelago of islands?
What? You're on the island you're on is Pallet Town?
Yeah, that's what's implied. They call it like Pallet something or whatever. Yeah, where I'm like, this is either in the distant future or past, right? It's like, again, they are very explicit about like the people are gone, the Pokemon are gone, and you're like, what happened to them? And they're like, we don't know. They disappeared. And
is this
you
like a Waterworld situation?
It is, yeah, because it's a bunch of like disparate like islands, then you can like swim to them and stuff. But you have Professor Tangrowth, which is like a Pokemon itself, that speaks to you, and he's like, yeah, like I don't know, maybe they even tease like, maybe if we build this place back up, like the people in Pokemon will come back as part of like the pitch there. So I'm like, there's some like weird lore stuff going on beneath the surface here that has not been fully unraveled, but people are gonna have a
so what you're saying is this is a strand-based game.
Oh boy.
Boy. I mean, I don't know about what the connection part, but I guess because you recruit Pokemon, right? You're not like catching them in Pokeballs, but you like essentially what it works is I think it's actually really interesting. So to get like a Pokemon on your island, you have to create the conditions for it to exist. So obviously they start off with Bulbasaur, Charmander, Squirtle, and it's like, oh, to get Bulbasaur, you need 3 patches of grass that are just sitting there like a Tetris block in like an L shape, and you do that, and you just watch it long enough, the grass starts shaking, you go over, it's Bulbasaur. And then they get a little bit more convoluted, where they're like, all right, Charmander needs to be arranged this way, but then it goes to like Hitmonchan, right, which is the one with like boxing gloves. That one wants like a park bench next to a boxing bag. So then you put those together and you watch it, eventually they'll like rustle and you go over into Hitmonchan. But then there are rare ones where it's like, sometimes you might create the conditions and nothing will happen for minutes, 2 hours. Just keep an eye on it, and eventually that Pokemon will show up. It does do the Animal Crossing real-life day-night cycle, where it follows your system clock. And there's stuff that happens like at night. I obviously didn't get to see any like nighttime stuff. My appointment was in the morning. Um, but like plants will grow overnight, that sort of thing. But once you get Pokemon on your community, you also get their abilities. So
Yeah.
like when you get Squirtle, you get the ability to use Water Gun. That's how you water plants. Or if there's like a dirt patch, you water it and it turns into like pretty green grass. Scyther, which is like the bug with like the scissor arms. You get him and you can use his like scissor arms to cut down trees. Hitmonchan you punch to like break blocks, which is where the Dragon Quest Builders aspect comes in because it is like those almost Minecraft looking perfect square blocks that make up all the terrain and buildings and stuff. There's crafting. You unlock recipes to make like chairs and tables and like bookshelves and furniture and whatnot. There's a store where you can also just buy these items. There's so like to obviously you have to create the habitats to get Pokemon to spawn, but then learning what the habitats are is like a game in of itself because sometimes you'll finish an objective and they're like, hey, we have this habitat recipe for you. Here's a silhouette. It's like a Who's That Pokemon thing, right? Where it'll be like a silhouette of Pikachu. And they're like, this Pokemon likes it if you have two rocks and a candlestick next to each other or whatever. Just making one up there.
Yeah.
So then you fill out your Pokédex that way and they come join your island.
When you say you're who are you? And you're a Ditto, right?
Yeah, you're a Ditto. You turn in. You're a purple Ditto. In the beginning, you turn into a human. They're like, again, more lore stuff. When you turn into a human, you're trying to resemble your trainer. That's the whole thing. You're like, oh, this is what my trainer looked like, and then it's like, was it a boy or a girl? And then you change like their skin complexion, and then you can change their outfit to be blue clothes or red clothes or green or whatever. Yeah,
So what happened to your trainer?
it's a good question. There's a lot of rubble and destruction on this island, so.
This is disturbing.
Yeah, it's to me, it's such classic Pokemon because they've actually gotten away from this in recent gens.
Yeah.
But you dig through those Pokédex entries of like those first 10 to 15 years, it's riddled with stuff like that, where it's like, oh, these people disappeared, or this Pokemon died and came back as a spirit. It's like these weird implications. And this is kind of getting back to that, where it's like the people and humans are gone and this island is destroyed. Wonder what that's all about. Yeah.
Interesting. So is like is the whole game just built around building stuff to like get Pokemon, or is it like are there other kinds of tasks or things that you're gonna want to collect? You know what I mean? Like to what like what's the point?
Yeah, it seems like the loop is kind of like when you recruit new Pokemon, they enable you to do new things, but then also they give you tasks, right? Like you might recruit a Charmander, but like the Charmander will be like scared and like unfriendly at first, and he'll be like, "Hey, collect this item, mine this resource, or give me this collectible, and then I'll be happy." So then you go find those items, you bring them. Then they're like, "All right, now I'll help you light your campfires or whatever it is." So it's kind of a loop of doing those. It just seems like building out your island, kind of restoring it is sort of the overall goal. That's what like Tangrowth kind of sends you out to do that and filling out the Pokédex.
I can't remember which if it was the announcement trailer or the overview trailer that they did, Donna, but there was like a ruin of like a Pokemon Center, and it felt like you're gonna have to rebuild the Pokemon Center. Did you see any of that?
Yes, when we went to actually, I know I saw it in single player as well. That was so there's the Pokemon Center, then outside of it was like a PC stand, which in the Pokemon mainline games usually inside the Pokemon Center. But I would go to that, and that was almost like a HQ where it would give me a list of all my like tasks. There was the in-game shop, and rebuilding the Pokemon Center was like one of the things we had to do. So I did that in single player. I don't think I finished actually, but then in multiplayer we had to do it again on somebody else's island, and that one we had like joint objectives where it was like bring 30 rocks and 20 fruit and sticks and whatnot, and then have these specific Pokemon come with you to the Pokemon Center, and then you build it up. And then we did it. There was a cutscene where like scaffolding on it. I think again, it's like a real time thing, like Animal Crossing, where you'll build a building and you'll see the like scaffolding or whatever under construction, and like the next day cycle it'll complete. It seemed like that's what was going on.
Is there a currency?
Yes, yeah, there's coins, or whether Poke coins or Poke dollars, I think. Yeah.
Are there battles?
No battles at all that we saw.
That makes sense. If it's like a
Yeah,
lifestyle sim, Animal Crossing like, it's not going to be
yeah,
violent, right? But I was
yeah.
just curious. It's a Pokemon game, so it's
True.
decent
Yeah, I don't
mystery.
even think I'm trying to think if there's even any like hazard, like anything that like attacked me or damaged me. No. They're very cagey about what the full roster looks like. So I don't know, maybe there are like some hostile Pokemon that they have like different demeanors and whatnot.
Well,
I did like it's
I'm
what's
thinking
up?
like the day-night cycle, like the fact that you
Yeah.
only played the day. It makes me
Hmm.
wonder if it's like the battle zone thing at night, like something happens, or how like
Yeah.
creepers
It's
show
just
up in
one.
Minecraft or whatever. Like,
Yeah,
I
that's a
wonder
good
if there
point.
is some kind of thing that maybe they're not showing you yet.
Hmm. Yeah, because I assume at the very least, nighttime will be where you get the ghost type Pokemon, right? If you want Gengar, you got to find them at night or
Yeah.
whatever. But that would be cooler, right? If they take a note from Minecraft and maybe the hostile Pokemon show up at night as well. That could be an interesting
Hmm.
angle to it. I'm really curious to see how they handle that because obviously that was a big part of everyone getting addicted to Animal Crossing was that like 1 to 1 clock, right? Where it was like 9 p.m. the shop closes, I got to run and do this. I
Yeah.
wonder how far Pokemon will take that because there's the Pokemon Center. Is the Pokemon Center going to close? Will that be a thing? That's never been a thing in Pokemon.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see that. I
Also,
will say
like,
the
is it
multi.
gonna just be day night or is it gonna be the week? Because I think that's what's kind of interesting about Animal Crossing, David, is like
Yeah.
K
Yeah.
Slider shows up on Saturday, the Turnip Lady shows up on Sunday.
Yes.
Like
That's.
I wonder how far they take that like
Ooh,
time.
I feel like it was a proper calendar. I'm pretty sure. I believe it is 1 to 1. Like today's February 10th, February. I think it was doing that.
You just
But
don't
I'm
have
very curious
Isabel
to see
telling
that.
you what time it is,
Right?
unfortunately.
Yeah. You got
Does the
big
professor
Professor
tell you what day
Tangrowth.
it is? Like, is there any
Ooh, no, he didn't when I talked to him. But that'd be cool. I'm so curious about Professor Tangrowth. One, because Tangrowth is a random ass Pokemon. It's
Yeah.
the evolved form of Tangela, which was in Gen 1. It's like just literally just like a bunch of vines wrapped up. And then Tangrowth came later down the road and was like the big, like almost like swamp monster looking thing. And when it's a professor, it's weird that a Pokemon's a professor. I think they might have done that in some of the spin-offs before. But then it has, again, more mystery stuff. A TM, so those discs you use to teach Pokemon moves? It's got one of those like on its forehead that it just doesn't acknowledge. I think they call it out one of the trailers, and it's like, what move is that? Like, why is that even a thing? So there's definitely some mystery here. I think the one thing I was kind of unsure about was the multiplayer, because when I went into it, obviously it was a demo. They're creating these vertical slice scenarios for us to play through, but it was like somebody else was the host player, so I was on their island, and there are a bunch of Pokemon I could talk to, and if it was a new one, like if I discovered one that the host hadn't, they were pretty much just like, hey, you should like go tell the host player to come talk to me. It was pretty much like I couldn't initiate anything with like a Pokemon they hadn't discovered on their own yet. Like I could discover them, but I couldn't like start the recruitment thing myself.
It's
They'd have to
like
come over and do
I
that
can't
first.
find a fossil on David's Island,
Right, exactly.
but
Yeah.
I can catch fish on David's Island. So I don't. Yeah, that is, huh? That's
Yeah.
interesting.
Um, that said, there is another Animal Crossing thing where it's like if you talk to like an established like Pokemon on someone's island, it seems like they can come to yours or like come visit you. I don't know what that works like, but there was some like dialogue where they're like, "Oh, like you talk to Pokemon here and they'll, come to your island." So curious to see if that's like an Animal Crossing thing where they might become permanent visitors, or they just visit and give you an item. What that whole thing is like,
Based
but
on my experience, I'm just an island for all of David's rejected islanders. Like that kangaroo won't leave.
Oh,
The kangaroo
she's yours forever.
kangaroo's been on my island, David, for weeks.
Yeah.
What is like? Do I have to be mean to? Like, how do I get it off my island?
You can only do that if she's a resident there, so you're stuck with her.
She's just gonna be hanging out on my island forever now.
Yeah. Some of my past rejects have come back to visit me.
oof.
Yeah. Awkward.
Like, has my mouse shown up on your island yet? Have you seen Bettina?
No.
I think she's just at the big city trying to become a superstar now.
Yeah.
So I still have a vacant house there. Interesting, Donovan. So like multiplayer was kind of not that interesting, or was there anything else?
It just seemed like some of the guardrails were a little strange, which would be very Animal Crossing if that ends up
Yeah,
being the case. Reserving judgment because again, it could just be a symptom of like, we were playing a slight, a cutout version of the game. There are
sure.
obviously places we couldn't go, things we couldn't do. But I definitely had a feeling where I was like, I kind of just want to like keep building out my island and figure out what this game's about. I like that the Pokédex is really robust. A lot of Pokemon spin-offs have the issue of just leaning on the Gen 1 characters and being like, hey, it's Pikachu and Charizard and Gyarados and Mewtwo. But this one, they were like pulling out some random Pokemon, like Drillbur is in there. There's like the mole with like he's in a ZA, it's got like he digs into the ground. Was in there. I mean, Tangrowth being the professor is like a random pull. I like that it seems like they've got like a full gamut of Pokemon from different generations stuck out to me.
Interesting.
But yeah, I maintain my prediction that this game is going to be big. I think that it's going to catch on very well with the Animal Crossing Cozy Sim folks with the
I mean,
Pokemon stuff.
we're at a phase now. Like, and no offense to Stardew Valley, but it's like 1.7. People have been playing that for years, and
Yeah.
Animal Crossing New Horizons, like a 3.0 updates definitely got a lot of us back in. I saw uh, Bill and his wife have been playing it like every day. David, like
Yeah,
when
yeah.
I log on, I just see all my friends on there, and it's like it's not like people are spending hours like they were in the past, but like people are checking in on their island daily is what I'm seeing like on my
Yeah.
friends list. Um, but yeah, like I think there's room in this space for this kind of game, especially a Pokemon game in this genre. Like this is
hmm
it's a tough genre to like be a brand new IP in, but to take the
Yeah.
Pokedex and throw it in here, I think you're right. Uh, so the single player, like, did you find yourself just kind of like getting into it? Like, did how fast did time travel like while you're playing? Were you just kind of like, oh, I'm done?
Oh, very quickly, yeah. When they told us to stop, I was like, oh man, I could have like I already had like my next three things I wanted to do planned
Okay,
out in my head for sure. Because again, it's a good loop of like you get a new ability or Pokemon, and it just brings you right into the next thing you want to do. I got like the Hitmonchan Punch ability. The whole time I'd been playing, there was like a block that had like water like seeping through it, almost like Minecraft when there's like water will drip through a ceiling if there's water above it. It was like that on a wall. As soon as I got the punch, I went over, hit it, water flowed out. It went into like this garden area and like it automatically watered all the like adjacent like squares without me having like manually do it. There was like a horsey fountain that it activated and started spraying out water. I was like, awesome, this place looks cool now. So I started planting there. Um, each Pokemon you like, I think you hit the right stick and it'll just like highlight what their habitat is. It's like a 9 by 9 squarish space around them. And Hitmonchan was like, hey, give it very weird request, but he was like, you should build like a gravestone here. So I put like a gravestone there and he went over and like examined it and then like his happiness went up. So yeah, I was immediately like in the rhythm of trying to like
so
make everyone happy, get money.
you
You
said
know.
you planted something. Are there tools in this game?
There's I don't know if you use tools. I think those are all baked into abilities
Okay,
because like
that's what I
there's
thought.
not like yeah, like when you till the ground, that's Drillbur's ability. It's like the roto tiller. So you use his like
Okay,
dig arms to like till the ground and then you plant a seed. Um yeah, I think they all
could
kind of
could
fit in
you
there.
see any other islands from where you were?
Yes, in multiplayer, there was another island I went to. I turned into a Lapras and I went across the water. It wasn't far. It was like if each like square yeah, it's like a block, maybe like 25 blocks away. In the water it was like a short swim and I went over and there was like beach stuff. There was like a resort. There were like little huts and beach chairs and like a house on top of like a
Huh,
hill.
you're like a
Yeah.
Pokemon concierge all of a sudden.
Kind of, yeah. Yeah. So I'm still not sure how all that's going to work. Again, there was a lot of like, don't go there, don't look at that sort of stuff going on, but
Sure.
it seemed like there's like a bunch of different islands you can like visit and explore. But I don't know if it's like a seed thing, right? Where like every Minecraft world looks different.
Yeah.
But then Animal Crossing has like the set number of pre-set island designs you can pick from. I'm not sure what this game's doing.
Did the island that you went to look like the island like in multiplayer? Was that the same island that you were on when
It
you were
looked
playing?
different.
Okay.
It looked different. Unless it was just like a different side of it that I hadn't seen. But it looked like a completely different place.
This
Yeah.
seems interesting, David. Like
It does.
it
Yeah.
seems like a little different than Animal Crossing? Like different enough where I want to try it?
Yeah, I want to try it too. I would hate to get sucked into two of these two of these games because I'm still playing Animal Crossing every day as well. But I definitely want to try it, especially since Pokemon Legends ZA renewed my interest in the Pokemon franchise. Like I'm curious about this game.
Yeah, it's so funny you say that, David, because the way that you feel about this is how I felt about and like I wasn't still playing it, but I had like I don't know. It was like 900 or 1,000 hours in New Leaf when New Horizons came out. And I was playing New Leaf like up until the Switch came out. You know what I mean? Like I was playing that game. Like it was my daily 3DS game. So like when New Horizons came out, I was like, oh God, this all over. But now it's like, I understand what's a little different where you're like still playing New Horizons. I don't know, Diamond, are you still playing Stardew like kind of regularly, or you just go back?
I check in. Yeah, I check in every now and then. It's far out of my regular rotation at this point. Okay. I'll definitely check in for the anniversary stuff whenever 1.7 comes out. But
I understand your feeling, David. It's like you're like, oh no, 2 of these.
I know.
That is a problem. It's kind of like a completely different genre. But when I had Star Racer and Mario Kart World and Sonic Racing, and I still love F-Zero 99. Like I was like, how do I juggle all these awesome racing games?
An embarrassment of riches at a point.
Tokyo Extreme Racer. Like there's a lot of great racing games that came out last year. But yeah, like I think this is going to be interesting.
For me, it's going to come down to, like you said, the full calendar schedule, right? Where like one of my favorite things about Animal Crossing was the world looked different when it became like winter, right? And summer, and there was like a Christmas kind of event and like a summer solstice event. Like if they have that in Pokemon, that'll be awesome. If you're telling me that my island gets covered with snow and I can catch like ice type Pokemon in like December and January, that'll be so cool. I don't know if they're going that far into it, but I really hope they do.
Yeah, I'm also just interested in the Strand story of this.
I mean, I look forward to watching like a 2-hour YouTube video about the lore of this game.
I think that there's something about this game that we don't know yet about what happened to get us to this point that I think is going to be interesting to see. But yeah, it sounds fun. Is there anything else you want to mention about it before we move on?
No, I think that's it. I think this game is going to be big. I can't wait to play the full thing. I still have a lot of questions, but I'm excited.
Yeah, I think that's a sign of a good preview, though. When it's like you don't know everything about the game when you walk out of it, right? Like there's still a bunch. Does it have a release date? I think it does. Yeah,
March 5th, I believe.
Yeah, that's right.
Not so far.
March 5th.
Yes,
and is that it's just on Nintendo Switch 2?
Only on Switch 2. Yep.
Yeah. So that's. Did it have mouse controls?
Ooh, none that I saw. None that I saw. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, I'm very intrigued. And it's like, it seems like the way that things are lining up here is like, this will be the first Pokemon game that we get this year, right? And it might carry us through summer, and then who knows what, Gen 10, we don't know when Pokemon Champions comes out yet. So yeah, there's this release date and its proximity to Pokemon Day, Donovan, is interesting to me. I feel like we might learn something about this game on Pokemon Day. Yeah,
at that point it'll be a week from launch, so I imagine that's where we get the launch trailer, maybe.
Yeah.
The final like big blowout piece of marketing before people start talking about it. Yeah.
It's called Pokemon Pokopia, right? It's not just Pokopia.
No, it's Pokemon Pokopia.
So what's interesting about Pokopia is it's like it could be a utopia or a dystopia.
It's a Pokopia. It's somewhere in the middle.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's not one or the other. I don't know. This leaves a lot of questions, which I think is cool. There's something creepy about this game. That TM on the head, Donovan, like it makes me think that there might be combat in this game. Why else would that be there?
It's a good point. One of my leading theories is that it's going to be like maybe the final like ability move you get. Like maybe there's something really cool or powerful that Tangrowth teaches you That's
Yeah.
like the last piece of like end game progression or something. I don't know what that would be in a builder game, but yeah,
Connecting a chiral network, duh.
maybe, maybe.
David's just like, how dare you, sir? I am pushing this narrative. I think last year I was pushing the Donkey Kong Bonanza being a Strand game.
Strand game.
But I failed Death Stranding 2, one Strand game of the year at Shacknews last year. But yeah, the fun didn't stop on the Nintendo front for you, Dom. And you reviewed Mario Tennis Fever, so we can say that you've been playing this game for review now. It seems like adventure mode's kind of meh, based on your review.
Yeah, so I mean, I just did the preview last week. I don't want to rehash the stuff I said there,
Yeah.
so I'll talk about new stuff. Adventure mode, yeah, it's like the story mode in this game, essentially, which the story is you're on a mission with the Mario gang, you're in the cave, and these monsters turn you all into babies. And by you all, I mean Mario, Luigi, Peach, Wario, and Waluigi are also there. They all get turned into babies, and then you enroll at a tennis academy, which has like its own little campus. And before you can kind of set out to find the monsters and like reverse the babification of yourself, you have to like learn and master tennis. So
Of course.
for what feels like half of a 4-hour story, you're just at the tennis academy learning a topspin, a slice, a lob, a drop shot. And there's this loop where it's like, hey, this is what a topspin is. Okay, now we're going to put you in the training room. A robotic piranha plant's just going to shoot the balls at you, and you're going to do 8 topspins to clear this. You do it. And then, like, all right, try them out against Toad. And then Toad plays you. It's like lower than beginner difficulty, just smack topspins at him. Then it's like, all right, well, now it's time to rank up from rank E to D. So go play like an actual opponent and use those top spins. Then you play somebody, you beat them, and then you go up to the next rank and they give you stickers. You do that like 6 times maybe, over and over with each like shot type. And I at one point I was like, wait, is this the actual like full adventure mode? Eventually you finish the school and then you get on like the airship and you go out to an adventure. But by then, as I wrote my review, the story's halfway over. I was so shocked that they spent that much time on like a glorified tutorial, especially when like you have to do a tutorial when you start the game. Like when you boot up, they put you into like a match with it's either like a Toad or Koopa or whatever. And they're like, hey, here's like a top spin, a slice. Like they do that already. So I was like, it's really strange that they kind of drew this out here. But I think the second half of adventure mode's fun. I like the different terrains. You fight some cool bosses. They factor in, I mean, again, everything's tennis. So even when you're not playing a tennis match, you've got to like deflect globs of water to put out fires, and it's still tennis style where you're aiming at the different corners of the screen and whatnot. That's all cool. But adventure, by the end, I was like, that was a strange experience. Some cool cinematics, but it's a story mode in a Mario sports game.
Yeah,
No.
which is not why I play Mario sports games. So
No.
I'm not
For what it's
mad at
worth,
it. Yeah,
for what it's worth, as far as content goes, it's one of the more meatier content sections, right? So I mean, tournaments are fun. There is only 3, which I was hoping there'd be more. Or like, I wrote in my review, like, at least let me customize them, right? Where like in Smash, you could be like, put in this character, that character, these levels. I would have liked if I could have done that, or even been like, I want Donkey Kong to use the freeze racket. I want baby Luigi to use the banana. Like that would have been cool, but you're kind of just in these like set brackets that they give you. It's like mushroom, sunflower, and star cup, I think, and there's singles and doubles versions of every tournament, so that's cool. Those are good. The final one, the like difficulty actually gets pretty up there on these. The last one, I was fighting like Bowser in the final game, and we went the entire length of like a full all the sets. What is it? It's like
5?
you have to win
or 3.
Yeah, we did the full 5, I think, because he won 2 games, then he won 2 games again. He took the first 2 sets, then I won the next 2, so we went to a 5th set. They were going back and forth. It was actually pretty intense, and it felt like I was playing for like 30 minutes just against Bowser.
I mean, Mario sports
Yeah.
titles have historically been hard in their late game.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if you've ever played Mario Golf for 64, Donovan, but like
Not that one.
It's
No.
like Dark Souls level of difficult, David, to get like Metal Mario in that
Oh.
game. Like it gets
Yeah.
crazy. Like Bowser is a dick in that game. Like
He's tough
you'll be
in this
playing
one, too.
against like Star Bowser and he just chips stuff in from the bunker and stuff like for Eagle. You're just like, come on.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's interesting. Any other have you encountered any other rackets that you can talk about now, or are you still limited in what rackets you can discuss?
Still some I can't talk about. Ones I liked was the Bullet Bill one
Okay.
they have, where it's even got like it's like a black racket, and then like it's even got like the little like engine or whatever what is it that blows out the I don't know, like
Cannon?
an exhaust, I guess. Kind of, yeah, like an exhaust or cannon on like the back of it. And when you activate that one, it'll just turn the ball into like a bullet bill, just shoot straight forward at the other player. And if they're not like in position for it,
Does
it'll
it
catch
bounce
them off guard.
or it just hits them?
No, no, it just goes straight. It'll either hit them or go straight out the back of the court, and it'll just be out.
Yeah, because technically, if you hit someone in tennis, it counts as being in. Okay.
Yeah, body shot. They have that in here. Yeah,
Body shot.
that happens. Yeah,
It's
you
like
hit
you're
somebody
literally
with it.
aiming at people in this game.
You can, yeah. I mean, obviously, the downside to that would be somebody with fast reflexes will just hit the ball back at you.
And then the bullet bill
but-
can hit you.
Yes, yeah. If they hit it, yeah, they can redirect it, which is again a cool thing of like the Fever rackets in general is that a lot of the offensive ones can be sent back if people hit them like before they activate. So in most of the cases, it's before they hit the ground. So it does make these like stressful moments where somebody will do like the fire racket and they'll send the flame over, and then you hit it back, and they hit it back, and now you're both essentially standing at the net, trying not to let it hit the ground first. And there's even this little detail where like there's sparkles and stars around a Fever shot, and there's like extra like haptic feedback when you hit one. It's like that weighty feeling of trying not to let it fall on your side, which created some fun rallies. Even playing online, we did a multiplayer session and people were like laughing, trying to like catch it, not let it land on their side.
Yeah.
The characters, I think David, you asked me on the preview like if people have different like stat distribution, which you do, where characters have different speed. Like Rosalina is like the fastest of like the lady characters, right? Of like Rosalina, Peach, Daisy. But then Rosalina's got like all the best curve shots, right? Her handling is really high. But then they go a step further where characters, in addition to their attribute allocation, have just like unique traits that only they can do. So like Rosalina, her lob shots, I think the way the game writes it is that they arc like shooting stars. So her lobs go like way high up.
Okay.
There's Chain Chomp, who like can't be knocked back by like a hit, right? Somebody like charges up a top spin and you hit it, your character will slide back a little bit, and that's kind of part of the consequence.
As someone
to
who
taking
shat
one of
all
those.
over the Mario Kart World roster, how are you going to talk about Chain Chomp playing tennis? Like, that's just a reasonable thing to say. Chain Chomp has no arms or hands.
Because this one also has like all the cool Mario characters in them, you know? They've got like the Waluigis and Marios and the baby versions and
I was going to ask you,
all
like, do you have a favorite character now?
So yeah, this is tough because I think I've played the most Pauline because she's just fast. I think a lot of times I lose. I'm just frustrated because I can't get to the ball in time, so I just lean towards the fast characters. So she's good. Diddy Kong is also very fast. Outside of that, I don't really I float around to a lot of different characters, to be honest. I didn't really emerge with a core main. I like the Shy Guys, just because they're a good like kind of all around one, and they have different like colors that you unlock. But it's tough, man. I thought for a while I was like, oh, Rosalina's like my character because all the tricky shots, you can do bends and curves. And then I went online, I got smoked. I got smoked so bad by somebody playing as when I was Rosalina, and I felt like it was the speed because she like hovers across the court. I'm like, I need somebody who can like haul ass like back and forth, which part of it is the speed, but a lot of it's probably my positioning is a big deal.
Oh, yeah.
Because yeah, a lot of times people will send the ball at you. They're trying to hit corner shots, obviously, because they want it to go out. And I think the natural response is to just smash it back, hit a top spin, and just send it right back at them. But when you do that, you just put them in a position to redirect it across the court, where in reality, you want to hit them on like a slice, because a slice will slow it down, give you time to get back to the center of the court. Or maybe even my favorite was the drop shot.
Oh, yeah.
Which is where it goes over the net, it bounces, and then it just kind of stays right there. It's almost like a
like
reverse lob.
you're talking about like legit tennis strategy right now.
Yeah.
Where like there are baseline players who just like stay back there and they're power players and they use a lot of topspin. And then there's that serve and volley kind of player where you rush the net as fast as you can, because then you can hit overhand shots or you can hit those slices or those drop shots that you're talking about. It's it is like it sounds like, because they focused on making this game like legit tennis in a lot of ways, like obviously with Mario power-ups and stuff, but because it like is a tennis game, there's like a lot of legit tennis strategy in it.
Yes. Definitely.
Which I think is great. I love when Mario sports games actually feel like the sport, you know?
Yeah, I felt the depth of it going from playing CPUs to online, right? And our multiplayer session, we did a doubles match, and me and my partner, like, the first few games, we were getting destroyed by a games review in like the other team. But I realized what he was doing was he was just standing at the net, and he was playing as like, I think Wario, who's like a powerful character, and he would just hit flats, which are like just the straight powerful shots. They don't really have much arc to them. But he would, like, as soon as the ball came over, he would just smash it back at us. They would just go flying past us. So I was like, okay, cool. I realized what I need to do. Next time he did that, I just lobbed it, and it just went over me. He was like running back to get it, just bounced right over his head and went out.
Yep.
And I got to a thing where I just punished him. Every time he did it, I would do that. And then I realized he started playing back more. So, like, seeing the strategy, like, kind of just play out in games was really fun.
Yeah.
Learning how to work as a single, then also a double. I thought the AI was pretty good. When you play doubles, they're good at like switching places with you. If your doubles like towards the front left of the court and you're in the back right, you just run to them. They'll just like switch spots. They'll just like move out of your way and go to like cover an open area.
Honestly, they've had really good enemy, like our teammate and enemy AI in these Mario tennis games. I'd say since the beginning. Mario 64 was really good about that. Which I still love that game. I think it's available on the N64 app.
I think it is on there.
If people want to try that out, if you have Switch Online, I think it's plus expansion pack though, for the N64 stuff. But yeah, cool. I know I already bought it, so I'm in.
Yeah, a couple more things I can cover. They have a tower mode, which is fun. There are a few towers where it's like, obviously it's classic tower format. You ascend to the top doing different challenges. What I like about these is that they're not just like beat this character, then that character, then that character. They have like unique conditions to them. So it'll be like, hey, you're playing Donkey Kong on like the forest court or whatever. But then they'll also pick your character in Fever Racket. They're like these specific challenges where it's like playing as this character, beat this one under these conditions, which I liked because it's a cool way to like explore the roster.
Yeah.
In the Fever Racket stuff that I wouldn't usually try. I liked those. I think that the special matches, I wrote in the review that they're hit or miss, because there's the Wonder Court matches, which after playing more of those, I think I just don't like Wonder Court matches because of the way they work. Because they play them like normal matches where you're just going back and forth, collecting Wonder Seeds. And then like at a scripted point in the game, a Wonder Seed appears in the middle and you hit it and then it pauses and there's a little animation where like something silly and goofy happens. Then you're doing that and then it stops and you're back to playing the game again. I'm like, this should have just been like a different thing in and of itself. I do like the Talking Flower. He's like in all the modes. He commentates. He gives people their intros. He's like, it's Rosalina, and they'll be watching like, oh, I think it's time for a fever shot. So that's all fun. There's a match that they have in here I didn't expect to like. It's called the Forest Matches, I think, or it might just be the Forest Court, where you both start with very small patches of grass as your court areas. And then piranha plants will pop up around the field every now and then. If you hit a ball into a piranha plant on the other side, it'll spit it out on your opponent's side, but it'll also spawn like an extra square of grass and open their playing field. And essentially by doing this, you kind of spread them out and force them to cover more ground, while your advantage is having the smallest playing space possible because you can just stand there and hit it back. And if you hit it on like a dirt patch that hasn't been like built out, it's out on you. It's essentially like hitting the ball out without bouncing it. And that was fun because it's like a cool little back and forth sort of thing where it's like a game within a game. I like that one a lot. There's a pinball one. There's a racket match where like you get different racket abilities by hitting it into different zones that kind of pop up. That was cool.
You're at the Racket Factory in that, I believe.
Yes, the Racket Factory. Yep. There's a score challenge one where there's just like rings that pop up on the net and you have to like hit it through
Yeah,
them.
they've had that.
There's like
They've had that in past
yeah,
games.
and
I
that
think
one's got
the
like
newest
a
one.
it's a there's a versus and then a co-op version where like you're going against the other team, but then you can have one where you're just all working together to get the highest point total.
That's cool.
So those were neat. You can waggle in this game, of course. They have motion control options. Didn't love it just because it doesn't feel like it matches. Like again, like coming from the school of like Wii Sports, when I do this, like I want to see my character do this, right? Where instead it's like your motions correspond to different shot types. So it's like, hey, if you want to do a slice, hold it at your waist and swing diagonally. If you want a top spin, hold it the right side and swing across. But that's not always the animation your character does. It's sometimes there's something that breaks my brain when I do this and my character goes like that on screen. So I didn't love that.
You just missed the
but
Wii Motion Plus accessory.
I mean, in my head I was like, I honestly would rather if it just looked like tennis, where their arms just mirrored mine. If they just, when I did that, that's what the character did.
Yeah, it's the
it should be
weirdest
one to
thing,
one.
man. Like Nintendo Switch Sports just didn't land with me at all. Like I don't know if the novelty was gone or what you're talking about was also an issue. Like the Joy-Con,
Yeah.
they don't have the same magic in them that the Wii remote did, I don't think.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's interesting. I don't want to waggle. I'm not interested in that. But
I
it's good that it's
wasn't able
there.
to. I wasn't able to discount. I don't have any Mario World amiibo, but if you have Mario amiibo, you can get different tennis balls to use. Like there's the default ball. You can actually change the ball to change the speed of it. There's like a slow, medium, and fast ball. But then if you like, presumably you scan a Luigi amiibo, there's like a green L tennis ball you can get, and there's a bunch for Mario characters.
Still no Elephant Mario?
No Elephant Mario. That was one of my things. I'm like, it's a good roster. I'm like, is it too much to ask to have like skins or like alternate versions? Not like things from a shop, but it felt
Outfits?
yeah, like, I felt like I was like, when I hover these characters, I feel like I should be able to hit like the ZR button and like change to like 3 or 4 different options.
Yeah.
Again, it's a bit offset by the fact that it is a big roster. It's like 30 plus characters. I like
For
that,
sure.
but I'm like, man, it'd be cool if I could just change some of these or there was more to the
It would
cosmetic
also
scene.
add to like the progression, right? Like it would just be like another thing
Yeah.
you could add to like keeping people in the game. I don't know. Maybe it's something they can add down the road.
Maybe, yeah, I'm sure it'll get post-launch updates. And they do have a cool thing where, most of the characters and rackets are not unlocked at the start. You've got to like play a certain amount of matches or clear tournaments or certain game modes to get stuff. That was cool.
So it's hard to judge any of these Nintendo games online when you're in the or the review period.
Mhm.
Did you run into any like game drops or anything while you were playing it?
I had one game where somebody got kicked out and the game just continued, which to me was a relief that it didn't like stop the whole game and be like a disconnection has occurred.
Yeah.
But connection-wise felt fine. I mean, I was playing on Ethernet docked.
Yeah. But any like lag? Because lag in tennis sucks.
Yeah, no, none that I perceived. It all felt good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Seems like Nintendo might have figured out how to internet in 2025, 2026.
Oh,
Yeah.
I had to get there eventually.
It's not like I'm never gonna be like, oh, let's all stop and applaud for Nintendo figuring out how to internet. It's more just like this is something that I would hate. Like I'm just like, as someone who just bought this game, I'm like, please tell me the internet doesn't suck in this game because I know we're gonna play it online here, Donovan. But like,
Yeah.
we plan on streaming it this week. Interesting. So you gave it an 8 out of 10, right?
I did. Yeah, I think it's still really good to me. What mattered most was the actual tennis of it all, the competitiveness of it. I had a couple like whoa moments where I was like, oh wait, no, the skill ceilings for this game is like fairly high for how good you can be. I can already envision myself on launch day queuing online, thinking I have like the advantage on people, and just getting like deleted down the ranks because it's like a letter grade ranking system. You have like a bar, then it goes down from like A to B minus and so on. But I'm like, I can see the vision here. And there's like, again, I wrote about it in the review, there's so much fun. And like, there's 36, I think, Fever Rackets, 30 characters. Mixing and matching all of those, just every permutation of that alone is like fun itself. Where I have moments where I'm like, ooh, okay. If you're going to play a slow character, give them the racket that speeds you up. Like, or if I'm going to play somebody like Pauline, it's good to give her the rackets that emphasize strength and power because she is like a weaker character. And then that it goes out to when you do doubles, right? Because you have doubles, you're both using different rackets, but then characters complement each other in certain ways. I was like, there's like a good layer, or multiple layers of strategy here. Now, there's a good chance that the game comes out in the community in like 30 minutes. It's like, oh, this is the best character in Fever Racket if you just want to win games. But for now, I'm like, there's a lot of experimenting to be done here.
It's interesting, David, how like Mario sports titles started kind of on the 64, and
Yeah.
and it was all about playing together, right? Like
Right.
we were all on the same TV playing with 4 controllers or whatever.
Mhm.
As I've gotten older, I have kind of enjoyed the single player of these games more over time. And it seems like, not the adventure mode, but it seems like there's going to be a decent amount of fun to be had if you're just playing this by yourself. Right, Diamond? Is that fair to say?
Yeah, if you just want to play the CPU and you want a challenge, you'll get that. Like tournaments, I mean, you could just run the star tournament over and over if you wanted like the most difficult version. But even in free play, you can choose the difficulty and it goes like beginner, intermediate, high, and there's maybe one more after high, I think.
Do you
And
have to
those you
unlock
unlock.
fever rackets?
Yes. Yeah, you start off with like maybe four, like four
So, like,
or five, and then
you have to unlock them in single player and then you can play them in multiplayer, or are all fever
so
rackets available in multiplayer for everyone?
you have to unlock them in multiplayer too. They're yeah,
Oh,
it's the same inventory everywhere. I will say it's like universal progression because it's like 70% of them it's just play 8 tennis games, play 14 tennis games, play
okay.
it goes to like the 30s or 40s tennis games.
Okay.
And then there are a couple that are like clear this tower
Yeah.
or do the doubles tournament.
Okay.
Or beat adventure mode is like one of them.
Oh, no.
So yeah, there's one.
Is it
there's a
good?
clear adventure mode. I actually think it's a character that you clear adventure mode to get. I think
Okay.
it's might be Baby Mario. Might be clear
Damn it.
adventure mode.
I'm going to have to play adventure mode.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's only 4 hours. Okay. I can
it's quick. Yeah,
I can do that. I'm not happy that I have to do that based on talking to you. I'm like, I love Pokemon Legends EA, but that first 2 hours of just the drill of the tutorials, I was like, please
right.
stop. It sounds similar in a way. Cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, 8 out of 10 here at Shacknews. Seems like some outlets were giving it negative reviews. I saw like some 6s out there. Nothing like egregiously low.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I could get it with the content offerings because I did wish there were more tournaments. I wish there were just more like towers and stuff like that to occupy myself with. I wish adventure mode was good.
Yeah.
So I could see some of that stuff kind of hitting other people even worse, but I just think of it as this will be fun playing online, which is what I'm going to do. When this game comes out, I'm just going to play people online pretty much.
Yeah.
And I think that'll be good. And then the streams will be fun. I think we'll have a lot of fun with doubles matches and all different special
And you
challenges.
mentioned it in the preview last week, but it's a visually very impressive game.
Yeah, looks nice. Oh, yes. Okay, I saw somebody else point this out, and I was wondering if it was just me. This game loads from the Switch, like home screen, into game so fast that it like almost made my head spin. It's like 3 seconds. Like you hit play, and then the screen goes black, and it does the like Switch thing, and it maybe claps like once, and then it's like you're watching the opening cinematic. And it was like the equivalent of the first time I played like the PS5 and loaded up Miles Morales, and I was just like swinging. I was like, what the? I saw somebody did a side by side where it was Mario Kart World, and it's like loaded, and it's doing the logo, and obviously that game's loading in open world. But I don't know what it is about Tennis Fever, but that game loads almost instantly when you boot it. It's pretty cool.
I mean, that's the one thing about playing Animal Crossing on my Switch too, David, that I absolutely love, is that just it loads so much faster.
That's that and the increased frame rate. It's why I won't upgrade to the Switch 2 edition. I don't want to go back down to 30 frames per second.
Yeah, same. The prospects of using a mouse in it it's not enough for me because I play that
No.
game with a pro controller.
Mhm.
I don't really play it in handheld very much. I don't play my Switch 2 in handheld very much at all.
Yeah.
I know you do, Donovan. Did you play Tennis and Fever in handheld and in docked?
I did, yeah, I did a good balance of handheld and docked. Handheld felt fine to me.
Yeah.
I didn't mind it. There were moments where matches got a little intense that I was like, I kind of want to pause it and dock it and like grab the Pro Controller and really lock in.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Or throw out that kickstand and just go into tabletop mode.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I imagine if I'm trying to be competitive and play people online, I'll stick to docked. But if I'm just like trying to knock down single player challenges and stuff,
Also,
handheld's harmless.
if you're playing online, folks at home, like, don't play on Wi-Fi. Like, please. The Switch 2 has an Ethernet cable. Use it. Or has an Ethernet port. Like, use it, please. Like, don't be a Wi-Fi warrior on a Nintendo game. You're part of the problem. That's just my PSA. That's a more you know PSA. I'm sorry. I have PTSD from Smash Ultimate and, I don't know, every single online experience before the Switch 2 on a Nintendo.
Yeah.
Like, do you remember the soccer game on Wii? Mario Strikers on Wii?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
That online was atrocious. And I was like super excited for it. I don't know. Anyway. We can move on, right? I think that's pretty solid breakdown of that. We had a Nintendo Direct last week, which I predicted. They announced it, I think the day after we recorded our podcast, or the day after the podcast went live, they announced a Nintendo Direct partner showcase. So this was third-party games. We didn't get a single bit of first-party news, which means we'll probably get another Nintendo Direct sometime this month. Probably next week. We'll see. I've seen some rumors, man. Boy, those rumors. David, do you see the rumors? 3D Mario announcement next week.
I saw that. You're about to pay up with some tacos.
Am I?
Yeah, you are.
Am I? I don't know.
You are.
I don't know.
I know.
I don't know. It might be.
I'm telling you.
Okay. I have no problem buying you 10 tacos. If I'm wrong. Because I'll just be happy that we're getting a 3D Mario.
Yeah, same.
You know? But boy, if it's Mario Galaxy 3, I will be insufferable on this podcast. But back to this showcase. Orbitals looks cool. This, like,
I liked what I saw of it.
Like this, it's the second time we've seen it. It's this anime-ass looking split screen co-op game, kind of in like the vein of like It Takes Two or Split Fiction last year, right? Like, it looks really neat. It's got like a cool art style, cool music behind it. It looks like the characters are interesting. Gameplay seems kind of varied. I'm into it. It seems like a lot of people were excited by this trailer. And that's what led off the American Nintendo Direct Partner Showcase. We'll get to the Japanese one here in a little bit. We also, I'm going to kind of jump around here. We've talked about how Square Enix, like, it seems like they are back, David. They're not just like, oh, we kind of like Nintendo. It's like, no, we fuck with Nintendo hard. And we got, just on the, like, Donovan, you just played FF7 Remake for our impressions like, just a couple weeks ago. And it sold extremely well. We got a trailer for FF7 Rebirth here, and it had the internet being like, this can't be a Nintendo Switch. They're like, it can't be. It looks so good. It was running so well at a constant 30 frames per second that people are like, this has to be a PC. This is just a low-end PC. And, like, I saw several people do breakdowns of this. Digital Foundry did one. They were extremely impressed with what they saw. Just the trailer breakdowns. It's Nintendo Switch 2. It is.
Yeah.
And Square Enix is cooking on this thing. Like, they're figuring out how to optimize their games for Nintendo Switch 2. And we're seeing it with some other partners that we'll mention here in a second. I just thought it was interesting. Like, it kind of became this whole... like, look, I hate console war rhetoric. But, like, the console war has shifted. It's no longer comparing the Xbox Series to the PlayStation. It's now side-by-side video, side-by-side screenshots of PS5 with Switch 2. That's crazy. They were never doing this with the Switch 1 era. Like, it wasn't like, no, check out The Witcher 3 on PlayStation 5, but now check it out on Switch 1. It looks like crap. No one was doing this. Now it's like, you have to sit there, and we saw it with Rebirth, because Rebirth came out on PS5 already, right? And it looks great on the PS5 Pro, which costs like, I don't know, was it $900 or something? So there's this new, you gotta put it side by side and looking at pixels. Like the things that I saw is like this. What's that city? The little like the amusement park ass city in Rebirth. I can't remember the name of it. Someone pointed out that there's less NPCs in it. Okay. But like someone else pointed out in one of the flying segments of this trailer that the draw distance is outstanding in this game for the FF7 Rebirth Switch 2 edition. So people were like, this can't be real. It's real. And it's coming in June 3rd.
Yeah, it's soon.
Pretty wild. Yeah.
That's exciting. And that's right before the Summer of Jeff, which has a lot of people thinking we're going to get an FF7 Remake 3, like the third iteration announcement at the Summer of Jeff. And they're going to announce it's on Switch 2 day one. Like that's what people are saying.
That's what a lot of folks have been wondering, is this leading to like simultaneous all platforms day one for part 3 of the remake trilogy, which feels like where the roads are leading.
Yeah.
Really cool.
This thing's the remake sold extremely well. The pre-orders for this sold extremely well. Like it just shows you, David, like Nintendo fans want Square games. And they want Final Fantasy specifically on this system. And I think the one that I'm waiting for, I think would like, it would just surprise me, is FF14. Because that's like MMO, a little bigger.
Yeah, there aren't a lot of examples of MMOs on any console. Like it's been done, obviously, but like it's hard to keep an MMO interesting when the console generation is going to be sunsetted. But that's not really a thing anymore, right? Like people are still playing PS4 games, people are playing Switch 1 games. So yeah, I'm with you. Like it would be really interesting to see FF14 on Switch 2.
It just feels like Square is like, we are all in on Nintendo Switch 2. And that leads me to this next one, Donovan, which I know you played the demo of and you were very excited about it. The Adventures of Elliot, the Millennium Tales, gets a June 18th release date. And this is like kind of Chrono Trigger, Legend of Zelda-ass looking game. Looks really cool. I know you played the demo, what was it, last year when you saw that?
Yeah, late last year when it came out. Yeah, I've seen people compare it to like the old school Zelda games. It's the HD 2D art style, like Octopath, but it's not turn-based. It's got action combat. I thought it was fun. The demo takes you up to like a boss battle. Thought that was great. It took me a few tries to beat it. Movement and combat all felt fun. I'm obviously a sucker for that art style. I'm looking forward to it. I think this game's going to be very good.
Moving on, I just want to hit all these news stories because this was like, people are like, it was kind of meh up until whatever. Like some people, people wanted to see a certain game, they saw it and they were happy, but like I thought there was a lot of stuff here. Hollow Knight Switch 2 edition dropped right after the Direct. And I was telling David, I'm like, I'm gonna play this. This is I like Hollow Knight. I need to go back and beat Hollow Knight. So this is my excuse to go back and beat Hollow Knight. Now that it's like, I think it's 120 frames per second in performance mode now.
Oh, performance mode. Okay.
Or is it dock?
Yeah.
I don't know if they have, maybe it's handheld performance mode too. It like drops down to 720 and it's 100. I don't know. It's not like the frame rate was what kept me from beating this game. It was more just, I think Animal Crossing came out or like something happened. The pandemic. I don't know. Anyway.
I mean, let's see, like this came out, Hollow Knight came out in 2017. And I think you played it on PC, right? Like that's where you started?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that game is tough. And there were a lot of games. I mean, geez, 2017, we were probably both hooked on Breath of the Wild. Yeah.
Breath of the Wild, Mario Odyssey. There was a lot of stuff to deal with in 2017. That makes sense. But yeah, it's time. I just need to play through this. It's a great game. And Silk Song was like almost too hard for me, to be honest. So I kind of like want to go back and just play Hollow Knight, get good at that, and then maybe come back to Silk Song.
That's the way to do it, because it's like I think I said on this podcast, like Silk Song feels like a game that expects you to have played Hollow Knight, because there is no like the difficulty curve kind of goes like that,
Yeah.
right? Like this is like if you played Hollow Knight, we're starting here and just going up.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. Which is I'm totally fine with. That's what a sequel should do. I think that's perfectly fine. But yeah, I do need to. This is my excuse to get back into it. Monster Hunter Stories 3 Twisted Reflection has a demo out. It comes out in March. Everyone's fawning over this demo's graphics. It looks great. And I don't know, Diamond, have you checked this out at all?
This one I have not had the chance to.
It's a different art style than like the regular Monster Hunter games. It's like more cartoony and anime looking. But people were just like, why can't Pokemon look like this? Was like the narrative.
Of course,
that a lot of people were saying. But yeah, very positive comments about the demo for this game. They Monster Hunter had this like Monster Hunter Wild's first anniversary announcement yesterday. We're recording this on Tuesday, February 10th. So on the 9th, Capcom announced their first anniversary stuff. They are doing an in-game event in Monster Hunter Wilds, crossing over with one of the what are the little cat people called in this? I can't remember. I feel bad.
The Calicos.
Calico. The Calico from Monster Hunter Stories 3 is like in Monster Hunter Wilds. So it's like this weird crossover of like the cartoony character, but in Monster Hunter Wilds. So there's like some exclusive content coming for their anniversary there. They're doing a crossover. There's rumors that we're going to get Monster Hunter Wilds for Switch 2. Wasn't announced here, but there are rumors of that. This was kind of surprising. Valheim was announced for Switch 2. It's coming in 2026.
It's a good fun survival game.
Yeah. I know David's excited about this one. Digimon Story Time Stranger is coming to Switch and Switch 2 in July, David. Aren't you excited?
I am ecstatic. I'll go one beyond excited.
I have watched about an hour of the gameplay of this because I was editing it for the purposes of uploading our gameplay on Shacknews when we were reviewing this for PlayStation 5, I think, last year. I don't understand a single thing they're saying in this game. And I don't like the characters are insane, Donovan. Like I don't the Digimon in this are I don't get it. As someone who likes Pokemon, I'm like I don't think this is console war tribalism, but it's like Pokemon versus Digimon tribalism, I guess. It's a nice looking game. I'll give it that.
Yeah.
And it's coming to both Switch and Switch 2. So
heard it's a decent RPG. I could never get into Digimon. I am firmly in the Pokemon camp.
Yeah. It seems like it's good. Do you guys know I'm Turok?
I had a sneaky your link today, but
no, but like I am Turok. You're Turok too.
You are. Oh, wow.
You played Turok.
Look at me.
Hunter.
Of course I did.
Yeah, so you're Turok.
It's cerebral bore for life.
Right? Turok Origins, which was announced by Saber Interactive, famously the developers of Quake Champions. They're bringing this to Switch 2 this fall.
Yeah.
And it's
more Turok games.
I think you can play it in third person and first person, or it's like maybe it's a third person exclusive. I don't know. Anyway, you can be Turok now, Donovan. Like I'm Turok, David's Turok, but you now can be Turok also.
As I've always wanted to be.
Oh yeah, Super Bomberman Collection just dropped.
I was excited about this until I remembered that other than you, Asif, I don't know anyone, like any friends who live locally to play this with, because Bomberman is not a fun single player game. So that kind of dampened my enthusiasm, but I still think it's cool that this just shadow dropped.
It has online play, so we can get together.
That's true.
Online. But,
that's true.
But
it's a party game though. The same room.
It is
from the Super Nintendo days.
The multi-tap,
yeah.
We had a multi-tap setup when we were playing this, and it was really fun, man. Like there were fist fights over this game back in the 90s. But, I love Super Bomberman. It's maybe one of my favorite ones. I know Sam Chandler out there loves Bomberman 64. Will sing the praises of Bomberman 64 until the end of time. And it's really interesting because you bring up single player. Bomberman 64 is a fun single player game. This is not. This is weird. There are boss rushes in this. Like they added, I guess what's cool about, I love these collections because they're bringing games that never released in North America to this collection. It's like all the way up to Super Bomberman 5. Good on Konami for remembering that they have video games. But like, I don't know. I didn't buy it. And like I'm the perfect mark for this. And I was like close, and then I was like, I'll wait. Maybe it'll go on sale or something.
Yeah.
But cool shadow drop. Completely unexpected.
Yeah, cool.
Like, honestly, out of a lot of these announcements, it might have been my favorite announcement of the whole show. Because we already knew about Orbitals. It wasn't new. We just got to see more of Orbitals. We already knew about... I mean, we all knew Rebirth was coming to Switch 2. Like, that wasn't like, oh my god. But it looked good. Right. The surprise there was how good it looked.
Yeah.
I guess the surprise out of the Adventures of Elliot time is like, we got a release date, right? And it's in June. Yeah. Like, that's great news. But yeah, like, this was the one where that announcement was like, I was like, huh? Okay, cool. Like, surprise drop of Super Bomberman Collection. That, like, out of all the announcements, that was probably my biggest surprise of it. And then for the Capcom section, we got another... We got Pragmata. Donovan, I think it's the demo that you played at the event. That vertical slice was made available to people.
Yeah, they made it public on all platforms, of course, including the Switch 2. They showed another trailer for it. They talked about the hacking thing that I mentioned in my preview, which I thought was pretty fun.
So this led to another moment of console war, split screen tribalism, David. We got the PS5 and the Switch 2 put side by side. And boy, the minutia that is being that, like,
that's what console wars are, man.
Her hair, the lighting on her face, and the shadow being cast by her body.
Yeah.
These were the three things that Twitter had to debate about. Right. Ignoring the fact, Donovan, that this game's running at 60 FPS on a Switch 2. And it's fun.
Impressive.
And it's fun. Everyone who played it said, like, I don't know, you seem like you enjoyed it, Donovan. Like, everyone seems like they enjoyed this game. Why not just be happy that people can play this game on more systems? Isn't that a good thing?
Because I have to be happier.
I'm happier because my shadows are better on my PS4 Pro that cost $900 than your Switch 2, which costs $450 or $500, depending on if you bought it with Mario Kart World or not, or Pokemon Legends ZA or not. But anyway, hair.
Hair's been a thing in video games since the before times, whenever that was. Like helmet hair, how to get hair physics down. Wrestling games have atrocious hair historically.
I want to bring up Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, that's side by side as well, because what's going on here is companies are using DLSS technology in the Switch 2 to upscale 540p images. So, like, there's these moments, these frames where you will see a lower res image just for a split second, right? And those are the moments where you're like, Cloud's hair doesn't look as good as it does on the PS5 or my 5090 Ti or whatever, you know, like, of course it doesn't look as good on your PC. But just getting these games to run on a handheld device well at a locked frame rate is an achievement. And I've seen a lot of people putting the Switch 2, like the actual physical Switch 2, next to a PS5 just to hammer home the point that one of these, like, is small and the other one is gigantic. Now, obviously, 5 years apart, different chip architecture. But yeah, interesting stuff there. Definitely saw a lot of side-by-side screenshots, Donovan, and people arguing about shadows.
There are some people who are just doomed to do this for the rest of time, and I'm glad I'm not one of them.
What I like about it, though, is, like, we have an outlet like Digital Foundry in our coverage universe, and, like, they don't come to these things with, like, a prejudice. They come here to tell us what they found, and, like, most of the time, they've been really impressed with Switch 2. they're just like, wow, they're doing more than I thought they could. And I think
Yeah.
like, Switch 2 is punching above its weight when it comes to the hardware specs, David, because of DLSS. That technology is doing cool shit. And it is something that I think Donkey Kong Bonanza benefit from, Diamond. Like, we're seeing certain games benefit from this, and we're getting visuals on a Switch 2 that we wouldn't otherwise. That's cool. I'm not mad about it. But boy, some people are. Next up from the Capcom universe, we got to see Requiem again. Resident Evil Requiem. Yeah. A decent mix of Grace and Leon gameplay here. The thing that everyone wanted to focus on, and I didn't mention it in some of the other trailers that we saw, Leon can't shoot. He was unable to hit a shot. He just missed.
Yeah, he's suddenly a rookie cop again.
Yeah, he's not this grizzled veteran. Apparently he can't shoot for shit. Neither could Grace, oddly enough.
Nope.
I don't think Grace even pulled the trigger on her gun, but she was aiming. No. They definitely
that at least makes sense. Like, Grace is not this experienced grizzled veteran, right? But like, do you think it's because Nintendo doesn't want to show any blood or violence in its trailers? Like, that would make sense.
Yes, 100% do think that, because they did the same thing in the Turok Origins trailer, and they did the same thing in a couple other trailers that we're about to mention. But I don't know. I'm excited for Resident Evil Requiem to come out on all these platforms. I know that you're probably not going to play it on the Switch 2, David, at least at first.
Not at first. I'm going to play it on PC because I play all these games on PC. I just like the controls better. I like to mod them.
Yeah.
But I've double dipped on all these games, and I'll be getting it on Switch 2.
Yeah.
So
I'm sure. Yeah. Like, I've seen you play Resident Evil 2 Remake with your keyboard and mouse strats, and I'm like, this guy's going to play this game on PC. He's going to have a strat by the end of the year. But like, it is just kind of magical that we're getting a Resident Evil game, David, day and date on a Nintendo device. Like,
oh yeah, absolutely.
There's this like tidal wave happening, especially with Japanese developers, I think, where like they're like, we're gonna support Nintendo. Like, we didn't do it last generation. I think a lot of developers were like, here, Nintendo, give us these specs and we will support your hardware. And I think Nintendo like kind of listened. And obviously it led to slightly more expensive hardware, tariffs, whatever. But like, this is a better Nintendo Switch, and we're seeing better games as a result. Can't wait to see the side-by-sides of all of the different versions, except for the Xbox, because no one gives a fuck about Xbox anymore.
Nope.
Speaking of Xbox, you know who they acquired? ZeniMax. And you know who ZeniMax owns? But
id Software. Right.
No.
Okay.
No id Software. No Doom.
Oh.
Never a Doom. So, the one more thing for us Americans was Todd Howard.
Yep.
Were you excited? Were you excited, Donovan? Were you like, we're getting Skyrim again? Is that what you're thinking?
For what it's worth, I mean, I wasn't mad because I like Bethesda RPGs. I wasn't like, this didn't like offend me like people who wanted the next big thing announced. I mean, I think Oblivion coming to Switch is genuinely cool. Yeah, I like Oblivion Remastered. But I get people are not happy.
My thing with all of this is, okay, so we got Fallout Anniversary Edition announced with a release date. I can't remember when it was. We got the Indiana Jones, which we already knew, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle was coming to Switch 2. We didn't know the release date. We got a release date. And then they gave us...
And it's on a cart.
Oh, yeah, and it actually fits on a cartridge because they removed the Polish language samples from the game.
Sacrifices. The strongest choices require the hardest of wills.
So, sorry, Poland. You have to download it. You have to download your Polish voice samples to play it on the Switch 2. All of us here in America can just buy the cartridge without the internet, David, and just play Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. By the way, Indiana Jones couldn't shoot for shit either in that trailer.
Nope.
He can punch Nazis, but he didn't even do that, I don't think. Yeah, that's coming out. I guess my problem here, Donovan, is they're doing this like after it comes out thing. Like they're not simultaneously shipping these things. It's like, okay, it's going to be day one on Game Pass. And now it's day one on PlayStation, which is really fucking weird that Xbox is now friends with Sony.
Yeah.
But then we're getting these after the fact. Like, these are, I don't know. Are you going to double dip on Oblivion Remastered?
Probably not. I mean, if they send a code, maybe I'll do like preview impressions, but I'm not buying it to play again.
That's what I'm saying. Like, are you going to buy Fallout 4 Anniversary Edition on the Switch too?
No, but for what it's worth, I'm not buying that anywhere. But yeah, no.
For what it kind of looked like shit. Honestly, out of those three, it was the one where I was like, yeah, I don't know. It's old. That game's super old.
Yeah, it's 11 years old now.
Too many new games to play, but yeah.
It's a very old game. But granted, I liked Fallout 4 11 years ago, David. Like, I actually thought it was pretty fun. Not a bad game. But I'm just like, I don't want to buy an 11-year-old game, even if it is the Anniversary Edition. I'm good. From Microsoft. I'm good. Yeah. Give us Doom the Dark Ages.
Seriously.
What are you doing? So this was our one more thing. Now, I want to talk about the Nintendo Direct in Japan. And normally I wouldn't do this. But Donovan, you know, like, we've seen This Is Miyamoto, right? Like, we've seen Furukawa. We've seen Doug Bowser. We've seen Reggie Fils-Aimé. We've seen Iwata on Directs.
Yeah.
You know we've never seen before on a Nintendo Direct? Shohei Ohtani. The Los Angeles Dodgers pitcher, slugger, two-time world champion, right?
Yeah.
The most famous person in Japan. Like, he is everywhere. He's on vending machines advertising tea. He's like giant billboards. So it's, you know, those interactive billboards in Japan. Like, you will see Shohei Ohtani everywhere you go. Every TV ad, like every ad break, which they have a lot in Japan, you will see Shohei Ohtani. He kicked off this direct. And he did tell us, David, this is Shohei Ohtani. Just like This Is Miyamoto. Like, he did it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, of course you're Shohei Ohtani. Everyone knows you're Shohei Ohtani. My favorite part, though, is he did the snap. So now we have a Shohei Ohtani snap meme. It was to show off a Konami baseball game that kicked off the direct over there. It's a Japanese release of that game. I was just fascinated by that. That's a huge get, Donovan. That's like a huge get.
Yeah, it's cool. I don't know if I'll ever play that Konami baseball game, but he's I imagine not easy to book for anything. So
no, that's like a big deal
for them.
He's probably a fan of Nintendo, is all I'm saying. Because he was like in the white studio, like he was hamming it up. He had like the K on his jersey. You know, he grew up in Japan. Like he probably has a lot of reverence for, you know, Japanese companies like Nintendo, but also bags of money. You know, he's like the highest paid player in the history of baseball, like, but also just a champion. So very cool to see that. Yeah. I want to point out that they ended their direct with Resident Evil, or as they call it over there, Biohazard.
Yes.
Which honestly, I would have been happier with that. Now, Donovan, like, you're talking about, like, people were disappointed about Todd Howard. Also, like, if you're one more thing, if you have Todd Howard and the other people get Shohei Ohtani, I'm going to be jealous of Shohei Ohtani. But I think the thing that people were mad about here, and this is a question I have for both of you guys, is the Duskbloods something that should be at this direct? Or is that something that would be at, like, a proper Nintendo Direct?
I think it would be at a proper one. I mean, I know that, like, I could see it going either or. And I know it's technically, like, third party, but they know what they have in Duskblood, so I'd think they'd want to put, you know, shine a brighter spotlight on it, personally.
Do you think it's going to be okay?
That game? Yeah, I do. Because they're tailoring it for that hardware. I don't think the Elden Ring engine, whatever it is, was that flexible. You know, it was clearly built for... I think those games were always like PC first and then ported to console, but...
And Nintendo...
Yeah, I think that game will be okay.
The Duskblood.
So they have a hand in Duskbloods. They're not just... I have a feeling they're probably looking over shoulders, making sure it's going to run well.
It can't be shit.
No.
Elden Ring Tarnished Edition might be shit.
I've said it before, but I love the name of that edition. It fits so well.
It's such a cursed name, and it's proven to be right. It's so sad.
Yeah, I hope it. That's one I double dip for. Like, I wouldn't mind playing Elden Ring on the go if it's not shit.
When I saw it in April, I was like, "Oh, that's cool. That's like, that'll get me into it." I have this beautiful ultra wide monitor in front of me and a 5090 in this computer. I should just play Elden Ring on this. What am I doing?
I mean, I say that Elden Ring would be great portable, and of course you can play it on a Steam Deck, but I don't have one of those. I do have a Nintendo Switch I'm investing in, and I want that game to be good. And I feel like it was a smart move to delay it. One of two things is going to happen. It's going to come out and be great, or they're just going to can it. That's what I feel like.
Speaking of canning it, I don't think we talked about this last week. Borderlands 4, not
really
just paused. Development paused.
Yeah.
Indefinitely. On the Nintendo Switch 2.
They've had a lot of optimization problems with that game on platforms much more suited to it.
Yeah, even on like the Xbox Series X, even on the PlayStation, even on some PCs.
Yeah.
Some GPUs on PCs are struggling.
Our editor, Sam Chandler, can't even play it on his PC anymore, and he reviewed it.
And it's so weird because it was a patch that came after the review period that really broke things. It was actually running quite well before then.
It's the anti-patch.
It's so weird, man.
Yeah.
I think it talks like it's like what you're talking about, like that scalability to a game that comes out on the Xbox Series platforms has to run on an Xbox Series S as well as the X. And that's a challenge for developers. And it's like what we've seen is that the Switch 2 kind of falls somewhere in between the S and the X. It's not as low end as the S. And it's kind of like above a PS4 Pro. So it's like somewhere in this nether region of what you can do. And we're seeing such a wide swath of performance from different studios. But I know, like, Maximilian, dude, there's this meme of him, like, that Simpsons meme where it's like, you can see right where his heart breaks. And it's like, right when Todd Howard comes on screen, Max is just, like, falls into pieces because he was thinking Dust Bloods.
Yeah.
It doesn't help that they've gotten to the habit now of being like, this will be our final announcement. And people are, every react that always makes people lean forward. People are always like, all right. And that always doesn't necessarily mean this is about to be an exciting announcement. Sometimes it literally just means, hey, the show's over after this one, by the way.
But this is High Guard.
Yeah, just trained to anticipate the biggest trailer of the show whenever that happens.
Yeah. So yeah, that wraps up our Nintendo Direct coverage. I don't know let's go. Speaking of Jeff Keighley, how would you score this as like a grade, like in school, A through F?
We have it laid out in front of us here. I'm looking at it. I don't know, like B.
B?
Maybe like a C for me.
C?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think a B. I think I'll go with a B here. So yeah, I have an update on Ball Pit.
What?
I know. I keep playing this game. So for science, I was like, you know what? I just want to know how many fast. So like when you beat a level on fast mode, like Fast Plus appears. And then when you beat it on Fast Plus appears. I'm like, how far does this rabbit hole go? I have an answer. 9.
Jeez.
9?
There are 10 levels of speed in this. So there's the base game. And I don't know how many levels it is, like 9 or something. But then like there's 9 fast modes in that base game, and then there's New Game Plus, and there's 9 fast modes for New Game Plus, and then there's New Game Plus Plus, and then there's 9 fast modes for New Game Plus Plus. I may never finish playing this game.
Goodness.
It's absurd. Fast plus 9 is insane. You beat the level in like 5 minutes.
Holy shit. Can you even keep track of what's going on?
Kind of.
Huh.
The stuff just disappears.
My God.
Because my characters are so OP. Like I'm playing.
Oh, that's true.
I'm playing it with like my two best characters, right? Because I was like, fuck this. I'm not gonna try to beat every single level on fast 1 through 9. I'm not gonna do that to myself. But for science, I was like, I need to know, does this end? So,
right.
It does at fast plus 9, which means there are 10 fast modes per each level. Crazy. That's crazy work, man. These ball pit devs. Crazy. I don't know. Mario Tennis saved me. I need Mario Tennis Fever to break me from these shackles that Ball Pit has put me in. I love Ball Pit. It's a great game. I need to stop playing it, for the love of God. It's beyond addiction at this point. This was for science. Now I'm like, okay, I gotta stop. Like, this is just stupid. It's cool though. It's still really fun, and like I feel like I've gotten my city like kind of optimized now. But the problem is there's like infinite upgrades for the buildings, and then there's like I haven't even touched endless mode yet, guys, because I'm afraid I won't leave. I'm afraid I'll just I'll miss the podcast. I'll miss Monday meetings. I'll miss whatever earnings report we have because like I'm just in endless mode.
For science, you have to try it at least once.
Maybe
I want to see how long you can play.
Yeah, I'll do it.
That would be cool.
That'll be like one of my streams I do. I'll be like, okay, I'm just gonna try endless mode, and it may never end. This may be the stream that never ends. But God, I am 9 fast plus 9, and now like the other science I want to find is there like a new game plus? How many new game pluses are there? This rabbit.
You'll have to find out.
This rabbit hole.
It is,
and I'm like deep in the rabbit hole at this part. So, yeah, I don't really like the 2 new characters. I haven't been playing with them very much, but I like the variety of the characters. I like the combos that you can do and stuff. So I'm still playing it. It's great. I don't know, have you guys been playing anything else? I know, Dom, you've been playing stuff for review.
Yeah, I've been a bit tied up with all that. Yeah, I mean, I could say because the game just came out today. I started Mutagenics. That's gonna be a lot of my time. Game's fun so far. Very gross.
I hear that they're thinking about bringing that to Switch 2. They weren't able to launch it on Switch 2, but they are thinking about bringing it. That's the Binding of Isaac devs.
Yeah, which did come to Switch, right? Binding of Isaac got to be
launched on Switch.
Yeah, that was like a big Switch indie early on. Yeah, so I would imagine that's a matter of when, not if, for Mutagenics.
Yeah. David, you still playing Animal Crossing?
Still playing Animal Crossing. Other than that, like I said earlier, I'm working on several long reads, so I've just been writing away, doing interviews, talking a lot about video games, not playing so many.
That's cool. Maybe someday you will have another game you can talk about. Hint, hint. Wink, wink. Not yeah. Well, I'll do it. Like I said, action-packed episode. Surely there won't be another Nintendo Direct announced between now and the next episode.
I'm excited for the next one. It's going to be Anniversary Palooza.
Yeah,
this is when.
That's a good point.
Like, we're gonna get some Zelda news.
Yeah,
we're gonna get maybe something about the Duskbloods. Maybe some Mario 40. Still kind of in that.
Yeah,
we're in that Mario 40 window. Like, all the trailers for Mario Tennis Fever, Diamond, they start with that 40 bumper. So, like...
They do.
My birthday is this week, Nintendo. Maybe you could announce a Mario Maker 3. That would be kind of cool. Just saying. Mario Maker 3.
All I'm saying is, if our Shacknews Game of the Year comes down to Resident Evil 9 and Mario Maker 3 again, I'm going to lose my mind.
Oh my god!
What a full circle moment that would be.
Raccoon Police Department versus Briefcase Level 5 Remake 2. I don't know. I won't do that again. I can't do that again.
No.
I have to make new levels.
Is it in you to make normal levels though? They're going to be like crazy though. Whatever you make.
The ones before 5 and 8 weren't too bad.
No. Like, 1 is fun.
Yeah.
Briefcase level 1 is not hard. If you can't beat that, you suck at platformers. I'm sorry.
Wow.
You suck. You can't even play like regular platformers if you can't beat. And Briefcase level 2, David, like, it can be cheesed. I know it's like heavy on the clown car, but people found the cheese mode in that really quickly. Because, you know, when people play my levels, they're trying to compete for like the fastest time or whatever.
Right.
Level 3 is not that bad.
No.
That's just killing Koopas. You have to kill a certain amount of Koopas to clear that level. 4 is a boss rush, or mini boss rush. It's not too bad. 5 is evil. 6 was, I don't know, not that hard. 7 was like a 20-second level. That's, I don't know. Those aren't that hard. 8 is pure evil. 8 is one of the most evil levels I've ever made. So I'll give you that, Diamond. I don't know. To answer your question, yes. I am capable of making levels that aren't ridiculously hard. And maybe, like, you know, I'm a lot older than I was the last time Mario Maker came out, Donovan. So my skills have deteriorated in my old age. Like, they just are. You're seeing this as you're dropping the young person title from your Shacknews bio.
I know. Yeah.
Like, you're seeing it.
Had to be done.
You know? Yeah, you still have a Snapchat, but you barely use it.
Yeah.
And your brother's calling you an unk.
Oh, yeah, he's firm on that, yeah.
So, like, You're not even a real unk. David and I are real unks.
That's what I tell him. Yeah. That's what I tell him. I'm like, dude, like, you're not gonna feel like you're old when you're 27, man. But the mind of a 20-year-old.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to whatever they have to announce. I hope they wait. I think they're going to give a wide berth. We have a state of play on February 12th, right? That got announced. So, and it's like 60 minutes.
Yeah.
So that's a meaty state of play. There's a rumor that Devil May Cry 6 may be announced there. Would be kind of interesting in this era of simultaneously shipping Capcom games. It would be interesting if DMC 6 ships on Switch 2.
Yeah.
Hell, it'd be interesting to see any Devil May Cry on the Switch 2.
Yeah.
You know, I liked 5. I wouldn't be mad at that. So yeah, things to look forward to. Taco bets to be determined. Maybe. I think they're gonna step aside the Mario 3D announcement. I don't think that's happening here.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably going to be a rumor before every first-party direct from now until when it's finally announced, right?
Yeah.
So
I think the perfect time to announce Mario 3D... Sorry, I almost said Mario 3D Galaxy. Mario Galaxy 3...
is never.
No, it'd be at the end of the Mario Galaxy movie in the post-credits.
No.
Or Mario and Luigi... end up in the Nintendo World Championships, and the final game... No. Sorry.
Donovan, what are your favorite...
Do you even know what the Wizard is?
I've seen the Wizard.
Yeah?
I watched it in the very early days of Pop Goes the Culture.
Wow.
It was a thing, yeah. I went and watched it and talked about it on the show, yeah.
Sorry, Dave, what were you going to say?
Yeah, I was just going to ask Donovan, what are your favorite taco toppings? Because I'm going to have to get some pretty soon here.
Oh, yeah. Gosh, I mean,
I'm open to suggestions.
You're like a good beef barbacoa.
Are you a pico de gallo person, Donovan?
Only a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Yeah,
I'm more of a tableside guac person.
Guac is supreme.
I feel bad when I order tableside guac though, because it's usually the server that has to make it, and not all of them are confident in their guac making abilities. But I ordered it. I was in Japan. I ordered it at TGI Fridays in Japan. So that's a mad
TGI Fridays. I didn't even know they did that.
Yes, in Japan they do. I don't know if they did that here in America. We lost our Fridays, David. We don't even have Fridays in Canton anymore because we're a podunk town now. I don't even know what we have anymore.
No,
we don't have a Bennigan's. We don't have a TGI Fridays. The good Denny's closed. Times are tough here in Canton, Donovan.
Yeah, they are.
We lost our Regal Cinema.
It's rough. Felt that we lost ours in my hometown, so
It sucks. Anyway. Yeah, we'll see what happens. But yeah, let David know in the comments section what kind of tacos he should get. You don't have to let me know. I know what I'm getting. I like chicken tacos. I'm a big fan of crispy chicken
also
tacos.
good.
Those are good.
Cool. Well, that'll do it for the show. Like, follow, and subscribe. Go to your local podcast facility. Vote for This Week in Switch 2 as the best gaming podcast in the universe. Thanks everyone who watched. We broke out Donovan's Mario Tennis Fever preview last week, and we put some gameplay over it. The gameplay that we were allowed to put over it. So anyone who's complaining, please understand. Yeah, we might do that with the Pokopia one. We'll see if I have time. But yeah, thanks, Donovan, for going out to New York again. I know it was still the same trip, but you are like our senior New York correspondent at this point. Nice shirt there, David. And yeah, we'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.